I saw my mother-in-law using her emergency key to enter our home while we were on vacation. The Ring doorbell notification popped up at 2:47 p.m. on Tuesday. We were in Maui, specifically at a beachside restaurant ordering fish tacos. My husband Liam was mid-sentence about snorkeling when I checked my phone and saw his mother Diane letting herself into our house. The key we'd given her 3 years ago for genuine emergencies only. Is everything okay? I asked, showing him the screen. He called her immediately. "Oh, I'm just watering your plants," she said cheerfully. You know how they get. We didn't have plants. We'd specifically avoided plants because we travel frequently. When we returned home 5 days later, things were different in ways I couldn't quite articulate. The furniture was angled slightly wrong. My spice rack was reorganized alphabetically. The bathroom towels were folded in thirds instead of halves. Then I opened my closet. 3 of my dresses were missing. Not my favorite ones, but specific items I'd worn to family events where Diane had complimented them excessively. "Those would look perfect on Cousin Natalie," she'd said each time. I checked the home security footage. Diane had visited 4 times during our week away. On day 3, she brought 2 women I didn't recognize. They walked through our bedroom, opened drawers, and discussed our furniture like they were shopping. "This would be perfect for the nursery," one said, touching our headboard. I felt sick. "She's giving away our things," I told Liam. He defended her at first. "That's just mom being mom. She means well. You're overreacting." Until I showed him the footage of her trying on my jewelry, taking photos in our bathroom mirror, and leaving with a box of our wedding gifts. We changed the locks that weekend. Diane showed up the following Tuesday, her old key in hand. When it didn't work, she called Liam 23 times in 2 hours. Each voicemail escalated. "Why would you lock your own mother out after everything I've done for this family?" That evening, she arrived with Liam's father and 2 of his aunts. They stood on our porch demanding we explain ourselves. "She gave us an emergency key," I said calmly. "Emergency means someone's dying or the house is on fire, not free shopping." The aunts gasped like I'd cursed in church. "Family helps family," Diane snapped. "That's what that key was for." "Helping by stealing my clothes?" I asked. Liam finally spoke up. "You took things without asking, Mom. That's not helping. That's theft." Her face crumpled in that way narcissists do when they're caught. Big tears, trembling lip, hand over heart. "I would never steal from my own son," she whispered. Then she turned to the aunts. "Do you see how she's poisoned him against me?" The family fractured immediately. Half sided with Diane, claiming we were cruel and ungrateful. Half admitted they'd experienced similar invasions but had stayed quiet to keep the peace. Liam's grandmother called to say she'd hidden her spare key from Diane years ago, after finding her wearing her dead husband's watch. We spent the next month dealing with surprise visits and guilt trips. "Just give her a key," his cousin pleaded. "It would make everything easier." "Easier for who?" I asked. The harassment peaked when Diane hired a locksmith, claiming she still lived there and had locked herself out. Our neighbor called me confused. We filed a police report, sent a cease and desist letter. The family chat exploded with messages about how we destroyed everything over a misunderstanding. Last month, Liam's father called. Diane had been caught using his sister's emergency key to ransack her house for antiques. The sister pressed charges. Suddenly, everyone understood. We moved shortly after. Didn't tell anyone our new address. Sometimes peace costs you everything.